Hi book friends, my name is Jen. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is my May TBR and the Dragon Hoard board is back. In April, I took a break from the board. April was my birthday month and I just wanted to spend it mood reading. And it worked. April was a great reading month, so be on the lookout for my April reading wrap up fairly soon. In May, I am participating in Escape the Readathon. That is a readathon that is the brainchild of Lexi over at Books and Lexi. This year's theme is the Orange Cat Cruise. I will have all the information in the announcement video linked below. It's not too late to join. I joined Team Podcasters. So while I will be reading books to fit those prompts, I will also be reading books that fit the prompts that I roll on the board. Now I have already done all of the rolling, but I don't know what books that I'm going to choose yet. I did change one rule on the board. In past months, if I got to the top and let's say I rolled a 20 and I couldn't go 20 spaces, I would just end the game. But if I had more rolls left, I didn't want to waste those rolls. So if I got to the top shelf, I did end up rolling and rolling again and again to complete all of the rolls that I rolled at the beginning of the game. Also, I just said the word rolled way too many times. Also, if you see this tree moving behind me, you've guessed it. The animals are out. 2 dogs, 2 cats are running around here somewhere. And Violet is digging in the plant. So let's see how the first roll went. All right, so we saw that I rolled 9 rolls, so that means that I needed to roll the dice at least 9 times. And on my first roll, I landed on a wheel, and the wheel means random number generator. One way that I keep track of all of the books on my physical TBR, on my Kindle TBR, arcs that I need to read, series that I need to continue, is that on Canva, I have made all of these graphics. I update them as books come in, as books go out, as books are read, and it's just a way that works for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the random number wheel. I think I have 129 books on my TBR. I know that sounds like a lot, but some of them are on my Kindle. Some of them are series that I need to continue. But let's be honest, that's an awful lot of books. I may have a little bit of a problem. So I'm going to spin the random wheel generator number thingy, and then I'm going to use these graphics to count to the number that the wheel landed on. And we saw that the wheel landed on 119, and that is closer to the end of my TBR. The end of my TBR is full of books that I have purchased either thrifting, I've been gifted, or purchased at a bookstore so far in 2025. So the book for 119 is one that's fairly new to my TBR, and it's Recursion by Blake Crouch. I have read Dark Matter by Blake Crouch and absolutely loved it. I also have another book by him called Pines on my TBR. I'm really excited to read Recursion. Roll number 2. Roll number 2 landed on a magical item, and it was to pick the book with the longest title on your TBR. And that's this one right here. That time I got drunk and yeeted a love potion at a werewolf. I don't really know what to say about this book, except for that I love the title, I love the cover, I loved book number 1. I like this title even more, so maybe I will like book 2 better than I liked book 1. Roll number 3. For roll number 3, I landed on a long rest, and all that means is that at the end of the game, all of the cards that I pull are going to get shuffled back into the deck for future TBR games. Roll number 5. Rule number 5 was another magical item card. That was to read a book with a number or a quantity in the title. As I was preparing for this video, I must have had some sort of a brain fart because I did not pull that book off my shelf, but I will be picking up One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. Rule number 5. For rule number 5, I landed on a cover prompt, and that was to read a book with an animal on the cover or in the title. So for that book, I chose God Killer by Hannah Kaner. I immediately was drawn to this book just because of the cover, but it hasn't ended up on a monthly TBR yet, and I already have book 2. So really looking forward to God Killer. Rule number 6. Rule number 6 landed on a magical item prompt, and the prompt was a book with one word in the title. I had so many of these, it was really hard to pick. Ultimately, I chose Foxglove by Adeline Grace. This is book 2 in the Belladonna series. The last rolls I'm not going to show you because I was rolling such high numbers and I was at the top of the shelf and I had nowhere to go. So out of 9 rolls, I curated a TBR of 5 books. So the Dragon Hoard board helped me curate this stack of books plus One Dark Window. So now let's talk about Escape the Readathon. Like I said, I joined Team Podcasters. The hosts for that are Books and Heather and Melanor Reads. We are trying to escape a cruise ship, so me along with the rest of the members of the podcast team are going to read books that fit certain prompts until we unlock certain rooms. Now, I'm not 100% sure of all the rules or everything that's going to go down in this readathon. So there's probably a lot more to it than what I am going to tell you. So I'm just going to tell you the basic room prompts. I do plan on doing a weekly Escape the Readathon vlog, which will start tomorrow. And in those vlogs, I'll tell you all the details about what I read and what is happening on the cruise ship. So the first room is the pool room, and we need to read a book that has a double letter. These letters could be side by side or split up among words, but there needs to only be 2 of But there needs to be only 2 of the letter in the title. My official read for this prompt is Bloom by Delilah S. Dawson. This is a book that I have seen a lot on BookTok. Specifically, one of my favorite booktubers, Sydney, loved this book. And OO, which I think this is fitting because there's also 2 O's in pool. The next prompt is the dining room, and that is to read a book that matches your outfit. I'm going to wait until my team is working on unlocking the dining room before I pick that because I don't know what outfit I'll be wearing. So that book is yet undecided. The next room is the bar, and that is to read a book that is a blend of 2 of the major genres. For this book, I am reading Dating and Dismemberment. This is a monster rom-com, so this is fantasy and romance and comedy. This is by A.L. Brody. To unlock the theater, we need to read a popcorn read, and a popcorn read is left up to interpretation. To me, a popcorn read is something that's short, sweet, maybe not sweet. To me, a popcorn read is something that is short and doesn't take a lot of time to get through. I chose a book that has been on my radar for a really long time. It's brand new to my TBR. I got it for my birthday, and that is I Who Have Never Known Men. This is not my favorite cover. I don't love the cover, but this is about 39 women who live underground, and they've always lived underground, and what happens when they escape. This is by Jacqueline Hartman. The next one is the arcade, and to unlock the arcade, you need to read a book that is underrated. To me, a book that is underrated has less than 1,000 ratings on Goodreads, so I chose Royal Heirs Academy by Lindsay Duga. Another book that is new to my TBR, this just came out in 2025. Welcome to the world's most elite boarding school, where 3 contemporary royals and 1 outsider vie to inherit a European kingdom. To unlock the gym and the spa, we have to read a book that we have been putting off. And this is a book that I'm going to pull off of my TBR from the board game. And that's going to be God Killer. This one could also work for pool because it does have the double L's in it. That's it for the board game. That's it for the readathon. I do have 2 books that I am expecting to be delivered to me via Libby. And that is Emily Henry's new one, Great Big Beautiful Life. I have that one coming anytime on audio. I'm really surprised that it took me less than 2 weeks to get it. I thought I would be on the wait list for a really long time with this one. And also an ebook of Don't Let the Forest In. So those 2 books may count as page reads, or they may fit a specific prompt later in the game. As always, I love when you comment. I love having conversations with you. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to look for my weekly Escape the Readathon reading vlogs the entire month of May. Until next time, happy reading.